Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Brushes and Bunnies, and today we are just going to be having a casual sketching video. And of course, we're going to be talking about something, a kind of a cool topic today. You guys know I like to talk about some interesting topics that are related to art and like your art journey and kind of the stresses and frustrations, what you face with art. And today I kind of want to focus on learning how to really relax when you're sketching. Now this is something that I have a hard time doing because I put so much pressure on myself that I just want to do everything perfect all the time, and I want to keep sketching and I want to get better quicker and faster, and everything I do is just not good enough. And this feeling has really plagued me from the very beginning. I remember being young and I was plagued by these feelings of just being like I just couldn't loosen up, you know, and you feel it in your wrist when you're drawing, when you're sketching, you feel it, you kind of internalize these pressures of wanting to get better and thinking you're not good enough, and it kind of just, I don't even know how to explain it. You feel your wrist tense up, you feel yourself not loose, and the drawing just kind of goes sideways. It doesn't turn out the way that you want it to. For the longest time, I always thought that sketching was a way for me to improve myself and to get better at my skill and just to learn faster, and I would sketch continuously in everything, basically all the sketchbooks that I own and papers and, you know, post-it notes on my desk. I would sketch everywhere, and I always saw it kind of as a, you know, like level up, like I'm in a video game and I want to level up my skill, my art skill. I'm just gonna sketch to do that. Now, in a way, that's kind of like seeing it as a job, and although it's a hobby, I kind of approached it in a way where it's homework, I have to do it, I have to get better, so I have to keep sketching. And I never really approached it in the direction of, you know, sketching for relaxation. Now, sketching for relaxation is a little bit of a strange concept for me because it took so long for me to get used to the idea of doing it. The first step that I really took to get used to the idea was to draw for myself, and draw for myself only. So don't worry about Instagram, don't worry about sharing on Facebook, don't worry about recording it for YouTube. Just get that camera away and try to get that pressure that you put on yourself for social media just out the window. You're sketching for yourself and you're going to enjoy it. The second thing I really tried hard to focus on, and this was actually it's still something that I have a hard time doing today, is controlling my wrist and watching out for the movement of my wrist. What tends to happen to me is when I put my pencil on the paper for the first time in a while, let's say I haven't drawn in a few days or in a few hours, my wrist tends to tense up and it goes rigid, and my pencil strokes are not loose and they're not fluid, and everything is just all like bunched up together. And I realized that a lot of this actually comes from the pressure I put on myself, so it directly correlates to the way that I move the pencil on the paper. Any sort of feelings of having it to be perfect or having the need for something like perfection in a drawing, it immediately kind of just runs down to my wrist and my wrist just locks up. Now, if you guys have these feelings like I do, something that could help you is actually doing a couple exercises before you start drawing. Draw some loose circles on your paper, draw some different geometric shapes, try to just draw some maybe head shapes, very loose, just letting your wrists not tense, like not tensing up your wrist, and just letting the pencil flow on the paper. Keep a light touch, do not press too hard with your pen or your pencil, and just keep practicing, just loosen up your wrist. And these are kind of like fitness moves or like exercises you can do for your wrist before you start drawing. So when you actually start doing your character, you can feel much more confident. The third thing that I really do, and actually I should have probably mentioned this at the beginning because it's actually kind of the first step that I do before I start sketching, it's more of an internal monologue that you have with yourself. And it actually really helps. Think of it as a way of meditation. You are kind of just reflecting on what you want to achieve. I know it sounds kind of weird explaining it, but actually it's probably like a 10-second, thought that you have. You tell yourself before you start sketching or before you start painting, you're either doing it for relaxation, there's no pressure, you can make mistakes, everything is good, you are learning, don't worry about screwing something up, you are learning, and that is totally fine. Another thing that I kind of tell myself, which really helps, is saying, okay, this drawing is not for YouTube, it's not for Instagram, it's for yourself. no one will see it but you, which means you can be free to do anything you want and not feel the pressure of getting judged or having maybe negative comments or just, good criticism. Just not having the pressure of dealing with that. If you want to just draw for relaxation, just take your sketchbook, go watch TV, and just start practicing. These kind of tips are something that are things that actually really, really helped me. If you guys would have seen me last year around this time, I was kind of a stress ball with it all. I really wanted to improve fast. I wanted to be like the great artist that I follow on Instagram and on YouTube, and I really wanted to get to that level, and I wanted it so bad that I would get frustrated and the process would slow down because I would stop and I would give up, and I just wouldn't continue with the passion I felt because I was kind of discouraged, So these are feelings that could easily get in the way, and I think that it's very important that you train yourself to actually relax when you're drawing something rather than feel so much stress and pressure and anxiety and feel all these negative thoughts. And feeling that is normal, but at the same time you owe it to yourself to see it as a way to de-stress after a long day of work, or to have a moment for yourself. So kind of to summarize all of this up, I just want to kind of say that I get it. I get that we're all different people and we all got different personalities and ways of looking at art and sketching in general. For myself, I'm a stress ball. I'm full of anxiety, and I take people's opinions to my heart because I'm quite passionate about what I do, and I invest a lot of time in this. So any sort of judgment can really hit me hard, although I've been learning to grow a tough skin as well since being on YouTube. That being said, have you guys ever felt this sort of, this feeling of not being able to relax while drawing because you feel so pressured, you put so much pressure on yourself? Comment below, let me know how you guys deal with it. I would be really interested in reading all of your comments. To jump ship on topic, as a final say, I just want to say thank you guys so much for supporting me in my art journey so far. It really means a lot. And I kind of want to just throw in a shameless plug into this video. I did recently open an Etsy shop, which I'm super proud of, and I want to share it with you so you guys can find all of my original art and soon to be prints and probably other merchandise, because I actually want to make t-shirts and really cute like bunny stuff, like bunny illustrations, and that will all be available on my Etsy shop, so do take a look or take a browse if you want. Don't forget to follow my social media, Instagram. I forgot the name for a second. Instagram and Facebook down below in the video description. And again, you guys can find all of the materials that I used for this drawing down below in the video description as well. I want to wish you guys all a lovely day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. Bye, guys!
It's no good if you can have it all. I'd give it back, but I never stole the first part. But it always goes when you need it the most. The kindest love is still bleeding from the last shot. 'Cause it's not great.